Well, we sure are starting today off with a bang. This guy, I thought was alive. Like, I have been fooled by a cacti before. Where's my pokey stick? I was just going around watering everything. And I was like, I wonder if it's still alive. What do you think? Consensus from the audience. Is she dead or is she alive? I think dead. Dead. A few of the things I'm trying to accomplish right now is getting the 2 shelves of houseplants watered that I have out here currently. Maybe try to wrap up this tomato plant that's getting a little weird. But I did cut the pants off of him. Today's the day. Let's get this stuff off of here. We've been waiting 2.5 weeks. Oh, look at her. She's beautiful. But she was leaking gas from this part right here. Wow, you vlogging?
Yeah.
My husband ordered the part. It was on back order. But of course, we buy this thing off Facebook Marketplace and it has something wrong with it. To be fair though, I don't know if it was our fault or their fault. Could have been either. So I'm not going to blame them, and we got a hell of a deal on it. So I'm happy with it overall. And how much was the part? 60 bucks?
About that, yeah.
That's not bad. So let's fix this and get chipping, baby. It happened so fast I didn't even have a chance to show you. You'll have to watch my husband's video. He has a channel called
Off-Grid Eastern Ontario.
Ben would not let me show you that this was crawling up the side of the house. It's not like we don't deal with ticks enough at the property, but apparently I have to deal with them at home. I don't even know how they got to the door. The door is how? There was a buy one, get one for $1 sale at Country Basket, one of my favorite greenhouses, local greenhouses. So I couldn't resist. I ended up getting this Romeo Dwarf Cherry and this Crimson Passion Dwarf Cherry. This sensitive plant, just for funsies for me, for the house, and this banana plant, which I'm already seeing. Is that a fucking mealybug? Is that a mealybug or is that a perlite? Oh my gosh, every gardener goes through it. My husband picked out some garden sage and some bee balm. So I guess my husband is working on making a pink garden up at the property. In the garden today, I got to get into these 2 beds and harvest the rest of the garlic scapes, which is going to be hard because opening those 2 things, not the easiest. I don't have any way to hold them open. They kind of just like open all the way and lay flat on the ground and smush the plants in the back. So I don't really want to ask my husband for help because I ask my husband for help with everything, but I might have to. May I present to you my husband for the day? This will hold open the garden beds. Excuse me. You're in a bad spot. Ah! Not really that surprised, but where'd he go? We weren't using the mosquito netting around the gazebo. Instead, I want more space for hanging plants. This is all of the garlic scapes I got from the garden. I actually think I missed one. So right now I'm gonna cut off all the heads to these. I'm gonna put them in a strainer, I'm gonna rinse them, and I'm gonna prepare them for pesto. Out of all those garlic scapes, I ended up with 2 very full ice cube trays of pesto. I eyeballed the recipe. All I used were some almonds, unsalted, some Parmesan, salt and pepper, the garlic scapes, obviously, and extra virgin olive oil. And I just put it all in my food processor and mixed it all up. Zip, zip, zip. And here you have it. It looks really, really good. I saved a little bit and we put some on our steaks for tonight. So I'm really looking forward to tasting it. But I'm going to pop these guys in the freezer and they should turn into really easy to use pesto cubes. Wow. Oh, it smells so good. My little green steaks. I don't feel like the camera really does it justice, but we'll try. You getting ready to go to the property?
I'm just about there.
I can't wait to see how all the plants are doing.
It's gonna be so exciting.
I'm not going though. I'm so sad.
Bye.
Bye. The garlic scape pesto that I made yesterday smells so good and looks frozen. Oh, I don't think I can pop that out of there. I was thinking of popping them out and putting them in like a Ziploc bag. It might be easier to store that way. That is really a frozen cube of pesto. That's so awesome. They look so good. I'm cooking dinner. I'm using some of that frozen pesto that I made. And I've got a few peas from the garden, but this is obviously not enough. So I'm going to go grab a few more and see if we can get a bigger bowl. The peas are doing really well right now. There's a few here that look like they're about to burst. Just gonna put them in my pocket, pick them off there, and I'll meet you inside with a bunch more peas. It's a fairly small bowl of peas, but for one person it'll do. I am feeling very sniffly from my seasonal allergies today, so I'm gonna make myself a little treaty treat, which is gonna be a strawberry lemonade. Just over a cup of fresh squeezed lemon, a cup of strawberries, probably a little bit less because I was eating them as I was cutting them, 4 cups of water and half a cup of sugar. The recipe asks for more sugar, but I don't think it needs it. It looks so good and it tastes so yummy. Put a couple of ice cubes in there and it won't even be watered down too much because it's like a really nice... Ooh, look at the strawberries in there. Oh, that is so delicious. It's Sunday and the last day of June. Let's take you around for a garden tour and show you what's growing. Peppers are doing so good. I'm so excited about it. There are so many banana peppers. And if you look a little closer, like there's that thing. There is bells in here, more than one. Some here. So many. These little guys, I think these are jalapeno. The pond is doing great, all things considered. More. These are going to be like spicy little chili peppers. Where is the eggplant? There's an eggplant growing. Here it is. Wow. A little skinny, but we're just gonna let him grow. Tons of tomatoes. The best thing I ever did was use this for a tomato trellis. It's so sturdy, and it needs to be. These guys are coming around. Some in here. Oof, I'm gonna have more tomatoes than I can handle very soon. The Romas, looking beautiful. This garden is a disaster because I didn't harvest the oregano in the time. I don't know why I didn't. I just never did. I think I said I was gonna do it a whole bunch and I just never got around to it. I replanted lettuce. As you can see, it's all sprouting, and I probably overplanted. I'm gonna have to thin those out. Put 3 bean seeds on top. They all came up. That's cool. Ivy and Abra looking as cute as ever. Thunderdome is doing good. Rosa Sharons and the walnuts are just relentless. Like, they are unkillable in my opinion. We barely take care of them. Tons of figs this year, which is a surprise to me because it's roots. I don't know what to do about this fig. I cannot find a bigger pot than this anywhere. The ones that I have found are like $250, and honestly, I just can't do it. The bank account, she can't do it. She can't handle it. This purple orich that were volunteers have gone to seed. I don't even mind. They're going to be going to seed. They're flowering. There's a watermelon in here, and it's got some flowers on it, but I don't have high expectations for this watermelon. Surprising. Oh, not surprising was that. But this, excuse me, this is surprising. We have a Big Daddy cucumber right here. I need to get the clippers to get that off. But I thought it was... Oh my goodness! You're kidding. Okay, there are 2 Big Daddy cucumbers. No way. No way. That's fun. I cut these lavenders back to sticks. As you can see, like, you're not supposed to cut the woody, like, them back to the woody part that much, but they were really floppy and doing bad. And this year they've come back mostly without a problem. They didn't really grow. Like, a lot of, like, the dead sticks stayed dead. So I wouldn't recommend cutting your lavender back like that aggressively, but I did it and it seems to be okay. I reorganized and cleaned out the greenhouse. So there's some plants here. I have a few pet caterpillars. They're gonna be swallowtail butterflies. Oh my goodness, my dog. One moment, please. There he is. I don't think he wants to eat any of this mother of millions growing in here. Here's another one. I don't know if you can see him. There are 3 of them I found on the dill in the garden. Not surprised. But I did clean the greenhouse, potted up the banana tree I got on my sale. We have some garlic that I harvested from the greenhouse. I'm actually going to replant that up at the property. There's some mint I propagated. This guy is a lavender that I accidentally pulled out of the ground from the front garden. Oopsie daisy. This is a cutting from my string of hearts. We don't know if it's going to survive or not. These are burning bush plants, and that's a Wigelia. These are all just cuttings from the yard. I did rearrange a bit. I used to have this big greenhouse like in the center, so I swapped the spots for these. Some of my houseplants are in here, my alocasia. This was the garlic bed before, and all of those turned out really, really good. We have this little tomato trying its hardest to make a little tomato for me. Beautiful peas growing here. And the tower that I DIY'd turned out amazing. These are chamomile I thought I would like chamomile, but I actually think it smells disgusting. I enjoy chamomile tea though, and I have no idea how to make chamomile tea. Probably need to like trim all the flowers, maybe dry them. Can I drink it fresh? Anyone got any chamomile tea harvesting tips? I did take one of the buckets out because I feel like this guy was just getting smushed and he should be able to be his fluffy self. And I do not remember planting any petunias, but there are petunias everywhere. Everywhere. Lettuce that I seeded, doing great. The basil that I forgot to put into the garlic scape pesto is here doing its thing. Yeah, I really dropped the ball on that one. This all still has to come out. I've been saying that for a while, and I want to put bean seeds to go here and use this wire trellis I made for the ceiling. I also have a tomato plant I would like to put in that corner, which could probably be a terrible idea, but you know how it goes. Nasturtiums doing what I thought they would do, trail over. These two peppers are not making peppers, but they're extremely tall. I think it's too hot in here, maybe. They do have a bunch of tiny little flowers on them. So, I mean, it's trying to make peppers, I guess. But nothing yet. And then the beans are just out of control, and they're not even, I haven't even bothered to trellis them proper. This tomato is a very thirsty tomato. I thought it was a cherry tomato, but it looks like it's a bumblebee cherry, which are just like bigger striped ones. Very shocked to see the flower on this eggplant. That's cool. I didn't think that was going to happen. Oh wow, it looks actually like there's a ton of buds. Finally, that's cool. And the houseplants are doing great. The Hoyas are loving it out here. I propagated some cacti, prickly pear. And now let's take a quick little jaunt out back because there's a few fun things to look at back here. A bit of a pile of garbage that needs to go to the dump, but just ignore that. The mushrooms, ink cap mushies, all over here. There too. So many. And it's because of the mulch. The milkweed is starting to flower. And no aphids on it this year, unlike last year. Had to cut back some of this because there's a grapevine that grows over there. I don't take care of that part. That's not me. Mine are the tires and over. My neighbors don't really care for their sides, which is fine. To each their own. I noticed this tire, the dirt is going into the abyss, but there's this big raspberry in this one and it is pokey. So I'm considering moving that tire down to this spot here and moving around some of these bags. Everything else looking cute as heck. Oh. These guys putting some flower buds out. Same with the snapdragons back here. So pretty. Wonder if I can make him open his mouth. Wah, 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 wah. Daisy's not doing anything, but wow, look at this fuzzy guy. He's so fuzzy and so pink. I love him. And then the Huchiera, I don't know how to say it. I never know how to pronounce any of these things properly. It's sending out its flower stalks. Compost is still making compost. We have a lot of firewood back here that just needs to be dealt with. The mulch that we made with the mulcher. The mulcher has left. It has gone up to the property. More of these malva flowers. I love how different they are. And there's a little beetle in there getting pollen drunk. Nasturtium, chocolate mint, snapdragons, the rotten tomato that is creating tomatoes it looks like. Trying to, at least. That's a stinging nettle. I should pull it out, but I am intrigued by it. Yes, it hurts to touch it. All of our asparagus crowns, I just had like one of those bags that you get that were like dried crowns. They are all coming up, the ones that I planted. This guy came up a little bit earlier. This one we got from the greenhouse. So this one was a little more established. The crowns were obviously less, but it looks like they're taking off, all of them that I planted. So I had a 100% success with one of those bags of dried asparagus crowns. Just so you know. We'll see how they do in the coming years. This is just a disaster. I kind of sort of tidied it up over here a little bit. It's hard to say it's tidy. And that's your tour, your update on the garden this week. Thanks for joining me. And we will see you next time. Oh, before I go, I said I missed a garlic scape. Yeah, it turns out I missed 1 and 2 garlic scapes. Oh, and another thing that I forgot to update you on, because apparently I'm doing a bad job at vlogging this week. The apples getting very big. The squirrels seem to have stopped munching on them, so I don't know if these pantyhose, that looks, oh boy, let's hope that's not the thumbnail for this video.